Right.
But the law still stands.
Well, gentlemen, I'd like to move on to the last conversation for tonight. The Independent National Electoral Commissioner INEC has expressed commitment to enabling eligible inmates to vote in Nigerian elections following a series of court judgments affirming their rights. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu earlier in the week, when he received the Comptroller General of the Nigeria Correctional Service, Sylvester Nwakuche, at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. He, however, emphasized that there's need for a clear legal provision to guide the process and ensure full compliance with electoral laws. Gentlemen, let me begin this with Mr. Bunu, all the way in our Abuja studio. Professor Yakubu told the Comptroller General, he said, "We are aware that the right to vote is a human right, which cannot be taken away from a citizen, whether you are in prison or not." But let me first of all establish the understanding of that legality. As a Nigerian, you should be able to vote whether you are or not in prison, right?
Oh, yes. Well, as you know, the right to vote is our inalienable right. You know, we, as a citizen of any country, if you are being above the stipulated age of 18, I think regardless of your condition, if be you disabled, be you an inmate, you should be allowed to vote, you know. And then we should also ensure that if inmates or people who have been convicted of whatever crime are expected to vote, then they should also be given the opportunity to stand to be voted for. I am a political activist. I have advocated in several fora that inmates have inalienable rights to their lives, so they should also be able to express such rights when it comes to political processes like voting, you know, like what do you call it, referendum and the rest of this. You know, so I am completely with the INEC chairman, Professor Yakubu, on this note that inmates, so long as they are citizens of this country, should be able to express their political rights to vote, you know.
Indeed. But Mr. Bunu, that's a very tall advocacy you're making, that inmates can also stand to be voted. But let me bring this to you now, Mr. Ladende. Professor Yakubu raised quite a number of issues, you know, ranging from creation of polling units within the prison system, media coverage, and all of that. How do you think this would go smoothly to deliver excellently?
Just for record, and to quickly hit the point, because I know you're running away very soon. Now, what he actually think he wanted to explain is to say that pre-trial inmates.
That's right.
Pre-trial inmates have the right.
Not convicted inmates.
You understand? Because when you're convicted, there is already that bar that you can't be voted for.
That's right.
I'm not sure whether you can still vote. I think that one should still be allowed. But for me, I think this is less of a concern. To me, we should focus more on the diaspora and voting than inmates. I'm not trying to discriminate against them, but I'm just saying that it's their right to vote, it's their right to aspire to be part of the process. But the logistics involved, if INEC is already coming up with hitches, because polling units have to be created, some other things have to be added to the number of polling units that they have. But I'm just saying that what about the people in diaspora who want to be part of the system? I think that should take a front burner than inmates. For now, inmates, you know, can be part of the process. Maybe they should put a strong measure.
Very quickly,
so
Mr. Ladini, play this with me, because I'm just thinking about it. If candidates or inmates in the prison can vote, I'm just thinking, so should prospective political candidates go to the prisons to campaign?
Of course. Of course, especially when they don't have access to electronic media or some kind of media.
Right.
There must be a way, whether it's flyers to get to them. Otherwise, somebody's just going to tell them where to go and not really taking a decision.
Well, we'll wait to see when that will be. Mr. Bunu, I wish we had all the time to ask you more questions, but I have to thank both of you gentlemen for doing this
Pleasure.
with me tonight on Newsweek. And that's our show for today. But before we go, let's tell you that the views and the reactions of both our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC News. Get in touch with us on all our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and X, all at TVC News NG, using the hashtag Newsweek. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News NG. My name is Nelson Etta.